Tonight, on the news around the world, President Tinubu directs EFCC to vacate court order freezing Osun government account. Governor Makinde commissions reconstructed Bodija International Market Road. 6 killed in fresh Russia-Ukraine attacks. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. I am Adituke Olaleye. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to return to court and vacate the order freezing the Osun State government's account, saying the action could undermine confidence ahead of the state's governorship election. The president, in a statement issued by the State House, said although the EFCC has the legal authority to investigate financial crimes, the timing of the account freeze was inappropriate and could create the impression of political interference. President Tinubu explained that he had consistently allowed anti-corruption agencies to operate independently, but intervened in the overriding public interest to protect integrity, credibility and fairness of democratic process. The FCC had obtained the court order as part of an investigation into alleged financial infractions involving the Osun State government, insisting its actions were lawful and not politically motivated. The president subsequently directed the commission to immediately discontinue the action and vacate the court order as the state prepares for the governorship election. Meanwhile, the Osun State government has rejected an allegation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, that 11 billion naira was looted from the state's account, accusing the anti-graft agency of making unfounded claims to justify what it described as an unlawful freezing of government funds. The state government made its position known in a statement signed by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Oluomo Kolapo. According to the government, the freezing of state's account was intended to prevent it from paying palliatives promised to workers rather than to stop the alleged diversion of public funds. The government said it had already paid the palliatives to workers following the negotiations aimed at easing the impact of the current economic difficulties. The state government further said its available resources had been channeled towards the infrastructure, workers' welfare and development across various sectors. The government also alleged that the FCC had been investigating senior state officials since March 2026, but had not yet produced evidence indicting them. The statement followed the EFCC's explanation for freezing the bank accounts of the Osun State government. The commission said the measure was taken to prevent the alleged diversion of public funds amid the state's preparation for the August 15th governorship election. Widespread condemnation have continued to trail Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's decision to place a post-Ludabit restriction on an Osun government bank account over an alleged 11 billion naira fraud investigation. While President Bola Tinubu has directed the EFCC to suspend the freezing order, earlier development drew reactions from the Osun State government, political parties and legal experts. Our reporter Adibayo Abdurrafi has details of the reactions.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had on Wednesday, 5th August, placed restriction on one of the Osun State government's bank accounts. In a letter signed by the Assistant Commander of the EFCC, Adenike Babalola, for the Director of Investigation, the EFCC instructed the bank to place a post-no debit restriction on the account pending the conclusion of a probe. The EFCC claimed that the step was aimed at preventing the alleged diversion of public funds under investigation and was not connected with the forthcoming governorship election in the state. According to the anti-graft agency, investigations, which commenced in March this year, involved the alleged fraudulent management of ecology funds, intervention funds, and Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC allocations amounting to about 11 billion naira. However, the action generated sharp reactions from the government of Osun State and other stakeholders. The state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, described the freezing of the state's accounts as unconstitutional and an abuse of the rule of law, insisting that the EFCC lacked legal authority to take such action without due process. The governor had also directed the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice to challenge the action at the Federal High Court, while demanding that the EFCC publicly justify the decision with credible evidence. Similarly, the Accord Party and the African Democratic Congress ADC, in separate reactions, alleged that the action could negatively affect governance and essential public services, while expressing concern over its timing ahead of the August 15 governorship election. Reacting to the controversy, social commentator Dr. Timileyin Omoniyi observed that although the EFCC has the statutory responsibility to investigate corruption, the timing of the action has created public perception of political interference.
EFCC may actually be carrying out, their mandate, but it may have a political undertone. For now, they are looking for means to whether distract the governor or, other political stakeholders in that Osun State. But I see evidently that after this election, EFCC can still carry out their attacks. Osun State, they're on the verge of, appointing or perhaps electing their leader. Why don't you allow them to do their job first? After that election, you can begin to do another thing entirely.
Also speaking, Professor Samuel Babalola said freezing the account of a state government at a critical election period could undermine public confidence in the anti-graft agency, describing President Bola Tinubu's directive for the EFCC to suspend the freezing order as a welcome development.
Because Osun State at the moment is in a political season, every eye, is looking towards that state, especially because their election is coming up in a few days. The incident or the decision of the EFCC to freeze the state account around this season, when politics is at its highest level in the state, reeks of everything politics rather than governance. Because our timing is very important in whatsoever it is we do. There are time and seasons for every activities.
Meanwhile, in the latest development, President Bola Tinubu has reportedly frowned at the freezing of the Osun State government account and directed the EFCC to suspend the post-no debit order while the issues surrounding the investigation are being reviewed. The development is expected to ease concerns over the state's financial operations as investigations continue. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wahidi Shuaibu, has reaffirmed the Nigerian Army's commitment to strengthening defense cooperation with Burundi to combat terrorism, violent extremism, and other transnational security threats across Africa. Shuaibu gave the assurance while receiving Burundi's ambassador to Nigeria, Edward Nduwimana, during a courtesy visit to the Army headquarters in Abuja, where he pledged to expand military cooperation through training, personal exchanges, and capacity development. He said the sustained collaboration in military education, operational experience sharing, and regional security initiatives remain vital to tackling emerging cross-border security challenges, while commending Burundi's effort in promoting peace and national reconciliation. Ambassador Nduwimana conveyed the goodwill of Burundi's President, General Evariste Ndayishimiye, praised the Nigerian Army's professionalism and counter-terrorism achievements, and called for closer defense collaboration between both countries. He also requested increased access for Burundian military personnel to Nigerian military institutions through scholarships, specialized training, instructor exchange programs, joint military exercises, and peace support operations to strengthen bilateral defense ties. We shall now go on a short commercial break. Please don't go away.
If you feel the body, you will pray for me. I'm not gonna move her body dangerously. You didn't make my heart go. Body and soul, I still they go. I still they go.
Win big in the Milo Text and Win promo. Yes, 6 brand new cars, along with billions in airtime and cash prizes are up for grabs. Just buy any 20-gram Milo promo sachet, find a unique code inside, then dial *8011 *4#. or scan the QR code on the pack for a chance to win big. Buy more, win more. Promo starts July 1st to October. Milo.
Every morning is a good time to show love in the way that matters. And showing love begins with breakfast, the first gift of the day to you and your loved ones. Not just any breakfast, but one made with peak milk, because it contains vitamins, proteins, and calcium to keep you nourished and ready for the day. Breakfast is love. Show it every morning with the nourishing goodness of Peak evaporated milk.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Welcome back. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has called for stronger collaboration between governments and faith-based institutions in building a just, peaceful, and opportunity-driven Nigeria. Governor Makinde made the call while declaring open the 50th and 15th Biennial Conference of the Methodist Church Nigeria, held at an event center along Old Ife Road, Ibadan. He commended the church for its enduring contributions to education, healthcare, and community development. Details are presented by the Governor's Office correspondent, Olaliko Sulaiman.
Speaking on the conference theme, drawn from Exodus 14:14, the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, said that while believers are encouraged to place their confidence in God, leaders also have responsibility to promote justice, fairness, truth, peace, and equal opportunities for every citizen, irrespective of their background. The governor stated that his administration has remained committed to the people-centered development aimed at improving the quality of life of ordinary residents. He added that Nigeria is richly blessed with human and natural resources, but requires visionary leadership capable of uniting the people around a common purpose and placing service above personal interest.
We must pursue peace. We must seek and stand up for truth. We must ensure opportunities that allow every child, regardless of background, to realize their God-given potential. Leadership is not about privilege. It's about responsibility.
Governor Makinde also used the occasion to formally declare his intention to contest the 2027 presidential election, saying he is prepared to offer a style of leadership that will unite Nigerians and move the country forward.
I use this opportunity to solicit your support, and I'm confident that with faith in God and commitment from all of us, our best days as a nation is still ahead.
In his address titled, "I Will Fight for You," the prelate of the Methodist Church, Nigeria, His Eminence Dr. Oliver Aliaba, called on federal government to intensify efforts at tackling insecurity, banditry, kidnapping, inflation, and other socioeconomic challenges confronting the nation. He commended the federal government, the Oyo State government, and security agencies for securing the release of the 46 abducted pupils and teachers from Aolo Esiele and Yawata communities in Orire local government area. He also urged Nigerians to remain steadfast in prayer for God's mercy, justice, peace, and prosperity over the country.
Today's rising cost of living has continued to shape public views on high cost of education, health, and the way we do our business in our time.
The Methodist prelate further appealed to government at all levels to adopt more proactive measures in addressing insecurity, stressing that the payment of ransom to kidnappers should be discouraged while strengthening intelligence gathering and security operations across the country. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has commissioned the newly reconstructed 2-kilometer Bodija International Market Road a modern fire service building, and an ultra-modern car park named after the renowned Ibadan Yoruba warrior, Balogun Oderilo, at the Bodija International Market in Ibadan North Local Government Area of Oyo State. The projects were funded by the Ibadan North Local Government under the leadership of Shion Olufade. Details of the event are presented by the Governor's Office correspondent, Olaliko Sulaiman.
The Oyo State government, under the leadership of Governor Seyi Makinde, recorded another milestone in its drive to improve infrastructure and stimulate economic development with commissioning of key projects executed by Ibadan North Local Government at the Bodija International Market, one of the largest markets in Nigeria. The project, funded by the Ibadan North Local Government and commissioned, include the newly reconstructed 2-kilometer Bodija International Market Road, a modern fire service building, and an ultra-modern car park with shops, all aimed at improving the business environment and enhancing public safety with the market. Speaking at the commissioner ceremony, Governor Seyi Makinde described the project as clear evidence that local government council in Oyo State are effectively discharging their constitutional responsibilities without interference. He noted that the infrastructure will boost economic activities, improve the ease of doing business, and further strengthen the state economy.
Local government ò ṣe kankan àwọn náà ti wà níjọba rí kí wọ́n sọ tí local government ṣe tí wọ́n bá sọ tàbá rí pé wọ́n ṣe nǹkan tó dáa á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lísìn sí.
Governor Makinde also called on traders and residents of the market to continue supporting his administration and its vision for sustainable development. He assured them that more infrastructure projects will be facilitated in the markets under the next administration if his party's governorship candidate is elected.
Our name, that's trailer park after Balogun Oderilo. Tẹ́wàgbọ́ ìjà Òṣogbo ẹni tó lead Yorùbá army nínú ìjà yẹn òun ni Balogun Oderilo.
Earlier, the chairman of Ibadan North Local Government, Shion Olufade, appreciated Governor Makinde for providing an enabling environment that allowed the council to successfully execute the project. He stated that the reconstructed road, ultra-modern car park with shops, and modern fire service building will improve transportation, enhance public safety, increase commercial activities, and further position Bodija International Market as a leading commercial hub in Nigeria.
I urge everyone to take ownership of these facilities by protecting and maintaining them so they can continue to serve generations to come.
Also speaking, the representative of the contracting firm, Adekunle Akinpelu, recalled that the road was previously in deplorable condition before its reconstruction. He thanked the state government for the confidence reposed in the company and expressed optimism that the completed infrastructure will significantly enhance business activities within the market.
There's a need to ensure that to His Excellency is that all the adjoining roads should also be done so that this road can serve for a long time.
In separate goodwill messages, the Babaloja of Bodija Market, Alhaji Aderemi Jimoh, the chairman of Bodija Market, Alhaji Dauda Adegbenro, and the Otun Yaloja of the market, Alhaja Aru Oyebamji, expressed appreciation to Governor Makinde for the landmark project. They said the infrastructure will provide greater comfort, safety, and convenience for traders and customers while promoting economic growth within the market.
You make us more than what we have today. When you make us, today you are commissioning 3-in-1 on behalf of market men and women, Bodija and its environment. We give thanks, and thanks.
The commissioner ceremony was attended by the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Barrister Bayo Lawal, members of the National and State Assemblies, top government officials, traditional leaders, market stakeholders, and other dignitaries of Olalekan Sulaiman. BCOS News.
It's now time for another timeout. Please stay with us.
Look, it's a recipe. The right ingredients, the right balance, and everything just works. That's what soft life truly is. Choosing what's already made right for you. Hair growth. Itchy scalp. Just soft, easy hair every day. So yes, be a chef. And when you get it, it's effortless. Lush hair, live the soft life. Soft life isn't luck, it's a recipe. The right ingredients, the right balance, and everything just works. That's what soft life truly is. Choosing what's already made right for you. Hair growth, itchy scalp relief, dandruff control, anti-breakage. Every jar made to give your hair exactly what it needs. No stress, no guessing. Just soft, easy hair every day. So yes, be a chef. And when you get it right, it's effortless. Lush hair, live the soft life.
This award goes to the most punctual student of the entire school. And the winner is Lisa Solomon.
Something is telling me that she makes her daughter skip breakfast just to be here. You people could have just asked. I would have been happy to tell you my secret.
Enjoy instant goodness with John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate. The quickest start to your morning.
Welcome back. Despite an estimated 10 trillion naira invested in Nigeria's power sector over the past 13 years, electricity supply remains largely unstable, leaving millions of households and businesses contending with persistent blackouts. As concerns grow over the impact of the huge investment, stakeholders are calling for greater accountability, prudent management, and sustained reforms to improve electricity supply. Staff reporter Olubumi Lawal reports.
For millions of Nigerians, access to reliable electricity remains an everyday challenge rather than a guaranteed public service. Over the past 13 years, successive governments have invested an estimated 10 trillion naira in electricity generation, transmission, and distribution projects to improve power supply across the country. However, recurring national grid disturbances, inadequate generation capacity, aging infrastructure, vandalism, and liquidity challenges continue to undermine the sector, with many consumers seeing little improvement despite the huge expenditure. Some electricity consumers who spoke with BCOS News lamented estimated billing, poor service delivery, and prolonged power outages, urging the federal government and other stakeholders to ensure that future investments translate into improved and reliable electricity supply.
Electricity situation in Nigeria is, in fact, you cannot even float a factory or an industry and to rely on public supply as far as electricity is concerned. You just have to make provision for yourself, and that will be running on engine or to install solar. One has to be done to make your factory move. Without that, it's zero.
Presently, I don't think there's any improvement as far as I'm concerned. Where I stay, hardly do we have lights for 3-4 days at times. And when they give us, it might come for a few hours and they take it away. If you feel you have an experience of maybe shuttling in for 4 hours, then after that you might not even have lights for days. So it's of no use. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no electricity in Nigeria, if I may tell the truth.
Speaking with BCOS News, the principal partner of the Utility Consumers' Rights Advocacy Initiative of Nigeria, Mr. Shadrach Akinbodoshi, observed that despite several policy interventions and investments in the power sector, the desired improvement in electricity supply has yet to be realized. Mr. Shadrach called on state governments to leverage existing constitutional and regulatory provisions to invest in electricity generation, transmission, and distribution with a view to expanding access to stable power and boosting economic development.
Now, I can only say it's only Abia that is a bit fear as far as this country is concerned. In terms of power generation, they're having about 10 local government that has been privately generated and distributed, which is better. If electricity want to be cost, let it be cost, but let there be light. So we will know the difference between it and buy fuel for the generator. There is nothing stopping the state from generating power, distributing it, transmitting it to us. It has been part of their responsibility. We cannot continue to wait for federal government that has been like that, just like that, as it was in the beginning. Is now, and that it shall be. I don't think it's a correct statement again. We need to change our attitude as far as the sector is concerned. This is not the issue of maybe we cannot continue to be micromanaging the economy. We should come out, tell Nigerians, we all know what we deserve. And everybody knows that power is one of the main things that drives the economy.
As Nigeria strives to accelerate industrialization and economic growth, many stakeholders believe that restoring public confidence in the power sector will require not only increased investment, but also transparency, accountability, effective regulation, and the consistent implementation of reforms. For millions of Nigerians still yearning for stable electricity after years of substantial public spending, the demand for lasting and sustainable solutions to the nation's power challenges has never been more compelling. Olubomi Lawal, BCOS News.
The federal government has unveiled the Tinubu Light Initiative, a nationwide renewable energy program designed to provide affordable clean energy to 1 million micro, small, and medium enterprises across Nigeria. The initiative, unveiled by the National Board for Technology Incubation, MBTI, in Abuja, is expected to create more than 50,000 direct jobs, reduce production costs, promote clean energy adoption, and strengthen local manufacturing. The Director General of NBTI, Dr. Kazim Raji, said the program will address unreliable electricity supply through renewable energy solutions, innovative financing, and strategic partnerships to improve the competitiveness of Nigerian businesses. Raji added that the initiative aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, while also supporting women and young entrepreneurs, reducing carbon emissions, and expanding financial inclusion. He also disclosed that the Next Generation Innovation Challenge 2026 attracted thousands of innovators nationwide and announced that the program has secured the support of the Commonwealth Secretariat for expansion across the 56 member nations. The United Kingdom has appointed Vicky Seymour as its new Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria, succeeding Gil Lever, to strengthen bilateral cooperation between both countries in trade, security, migration, development, and other strategic areas. The appointment, announced by the British High Commission in Abuja, marks Seymour's assumption of duty after serving as the head of the East Africa Department at the United Kingdom Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. Seymour brings more than 20 years of diplomatic and development experience, having held senior positions in Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mozambique, and Afghanistan, with the expertise in climate, security, and economic development. Speaking on our appointment, Seymour expressed our commitment to strengthening the long-standing partnership between the United Kingdom and Nigeria by expanding collaboration and fostering stronger people-to-people relations. The British High Commission said the new Deputy High Commissioner will play a key role in advancing cooperation with Nigeria on economic growth, security, migration, international collaboration, and development. We now move over to the sports segment.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the evening news. My name is Toby Ajowale.
Nigeria Super Falcons produced a dominant attacking display to defeat Egypt 6-2 and advance to the quarterfinals of the 14th Women African Cup of Nations WAFCON. Playing at the Stade Moulay Hassan, the defending champions and 10-time winners took the control early as Aziza Toshola converted a VAR awarded penalty in the 21st minute. Substitute Gift Monday made it 2-0 in the first half stoppage time from a short corner routine involving Tony Payne and Risola Babajide. Egypt reduced the deficit before the break. At the restart, Uchenna Kanu restored the 2-goal lead in the 57th minute. Further VAR penalties were converted by Christy Uchebe in the 80th minute and Captain Rashidat Ajibade in the 88th. Deep in stoppage time, Joy Omewa scored her first WAFCON goal to complete the 6-2 rout after good work by Monday and Ajibade. Nigeria will now face Cameroon in the quarterfinals. In other quarterfinal fixtures, host Morocco will meet South Africa, while Cote d'Ivoire face Algeria. Malawi await the winner of Ghana against Mali. The last 8 stage begins on Saturday with 4 teams progressing to the semi-finals. And in men's football, Nigeria's Flying Eagles advanced to the final of the 2026 WAFU B Under-20 Championship with a 4-3 penalty shootout victory over host Cote d'Ivoire after a 2-2 draw following extra time. The Young Elephants took the 16-minute lead through Keita before captain Abila Simon equalized in the 67th minute. In extra time, Aliyu Abubakar put Nigeria ahead before Cote d'Ivoire leveled again. Goalkeeper Clinton Lawani produced several key saves during the match. Nigeria held their nerve from the spot to book a place in the final and continued their bid to retain the title and qualify for next year's Under-20 African Cup of Nations. And in other football news, head coach of the Under-17 boys national team, Uweja Memorial Ebeborishe, has invited 62 players to camp in Abuja for screening and training ahead of this year's WAFU B Under-17 Championship scheduled for October. The squad includes 5 goalkeepers, 18 defenders, 20 midfielders and 19 forwards. Nigeria have won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup 5 times previously. And in transfers, Real Madrid have presented Vinicius Jr. with an improved contract offer as the Brazil winger enters the final year of his deal. Talks as previously stalled, but the club is now hopeful of securing his signature with a response expected imminently. Arsenal remain interested, though the 26-year-old declined the new terms. Vinicius Jr. has scored 128 goals in 375 appearances for Real Madrid. Finally, Sport News tonight. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has apologized for errors surrounding plans to sell stakes in competitions to private investors through the proposed FIFA Forward enterprise. Following a meeting of senior executives in Rabat, Morocco, the management board reaffirmed its full support for Infantino. UEFA had previously expressed a loss of confidence in the proposals. FIFA said that mistakes were acknowledged and that processes would be handled differently in future.
And that will be all. And it's back to news around the world. My name is Toby.
We now go on another short break. Stay with us.
Soft life isn't luck. It's a recipe. The right ingredients, the right balance, and everything just works. That's what soft life truly is. Choosing what's already made right for you. Hair growth, itchy scalp relief, dandruff control, anti-breakage. Every jar made to give your hair exactly what it needs. No stress, no guessing. Just soft, easy hair every day. So yes, be a chef. And when you get it right, it's effortless. Lush hair, live the soft life.
I save separately on money points.
No, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This Madam Money Points here, the array of Yadrea there is target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is fees savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact.
Jennifer, money points save as you transact. Money point fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Why did German won't contribute to you? Where should they? Come on, oh, you go give your money to Hadaku to save. You see money points accounts there. You know, go open a savings account. Now Hadaku you choose. I beg everybody inside this my saloon. Oh, yeah, bring out your phone and download the money points app now. Even you, what are you waiting for?
Download the Money Point banking app now and start saving with the bank you can trust.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Alert! Today's car just pulled in.
What is new? Wonderful.
How about now?
See these jokers. So you want hide better thing from your uncle?
New Pure Bliss Gold, now in 3 delicious flavors for your delightful indulgence.
Pure Bliss Gold, no they have.
Win big in the Milo Text and Win promo. Yes, 6 brand new cars, along with billions in airtime and cash prizes are up for grabs. Just buy any 20-gram Milo promo sachet, find a unique code inside, then dial *8011*4#. Or scan the QR code on the pack for a chance to win big. Buy more, win more. Promo starts July 1st to October. Milo.
Alright everyone, open your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange the sounds to give una small wisdom. Sounds might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm try so. Ever heard of Colgate? The #1 oral care brand in the world.
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more for my cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Welcome back. At least 6 people have been killed in the fresh Russian strikes across eastern Ukraine, while Moscow says it intercepted more than 600 Ukraine drones in one of the latest escalations in the ongoing conflict between the two countries. Foreign Desk editor Folashade Akintola compiled the story and others as presented by Khadija Lawal.
Rescuers worked today to douse fires and clear debris in Balaklia in the eastern Kharkiv region after Russian strikes on homes killed 3 people, authorities said on Telegram. Vitaly Karabanov, head of the military administration in the frontline city, said the victims were 2 women and a man. 3 more people were killed overnight and at least 19 others wounded in Russian attacks in the northern region of Sumy. 12 people were wounded in the city of Sumy following an attack with guided aerial bombs, according to Ukrainian police. A drone attack on a van wounded 6 people in the southern region of Kherson, the regional administration said on Telegram. In Ukraine's Black Sea area, a Russian attack damaged a foreign-flagged ship loaded with wheat, killing a crew member and causing a fire, Holy Kipa, Odessa regional governor said. Meanwhile, a man has been sentenced to life imprisonment after being found guilty of driving his car into a crowd of people in Munich last year, killing 2 people. The 25-year-old man, named Oli Asfad N, in line with German privacy laws, is an Afghan national who prosecutors say deliberately drove his minivan into a trade union rally of around 1,400 people in the center of the city on the morning of 13 February 2025. He hit a 37-year-old woman and a 2-year-old daughter, who both died in hospital shortly afterward. More than 40 other people were injured, a number of them critically. It was one of a number of attacks in Germany that afford far-right rhetoric around migration. The Munich Higher Regional Court ruled that the offense was of a particular serious nature, which makes it considerably more difficult for Fahad N to be released on parole once he has served 15 years in prison. He was convicted of 2 counts of murder, 23 counts of attempted murder, and a number of other charges including grievous bodily harm. The judge said Fahad N intended to attack and kill people in Germany arbitrarily in response to the situation in Islamic countries. The defense had called for a 15-year prison sentence and for Fahad N to be placed in a psychiatric hospital. They argued that their clients had shown signs of a form of schizophrenia. And lastly, Jason Ade has resigned from his post as Professor of Sociology at the University of Cambridge, following the announcement of a new investigation into his academic qualifications and career. Ade, who became the youngest black professor in the Cambridge history when he was appointed in 2023, announced on Wednesday that he had stepped down with immediate effect from his post at the university and his fellowship at Jesus College. Ade, who has faced a growing series of questions over his academic writings and credentials, said in a statement posted on social media that the scrutiny had become unsustainable, describing months of relentless accusations, speculation, and public commentary that had taken a toll on him and his family. The announcement came hours after the university said it had received new information about Ade's qualifications and honorary appointment and would launch a new investigation which is separate from an existing academic misconduct review already underway. His decision to step down comes after a series of media reports alleging he plagiarized his PhD thesis and other research and statements. Liverpool John Moores University, which awarded the doctorate in 2015, investigated the plagiarism allegations but did not uphold them, attributing the issues instead to honest and reasonable error. Ade has consistently denied wrongdoing, pointing to that finding as vindication. Khadija Lawal, BCOS News.
To end the news around the world, here again are the main points. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to return to court and vacate the order freezing the Osun State government's accounts, saying the action could undermine confidence ahead of the state's governorship election. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has commissioned the newly reconstructed 2-kilometer Bodija International Market Road, a modern fire service building and an ultra-modern car park named after the renowned Ibadan Yoruba warrior Balogun Odenrilo at the Bodija International Market in Ibadan North Local Government Area of Oyo State. At least 6 people have been killed in fresh Russian strikes across eastern Ukraine, while Moscow says it intercepted more than 600 Ukraine drones in one of the latest escalation in the ongoing conflict between the two countries. BCOS TV is now on Niger TV app, and you can watch us from any part of the world. Also, BCOS website is live. Kindly visit www